What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and.
We got a top 10 neutral on Vince McMahon. This guy is somebody who we once did a top 10 awesome on, but unfortunately over the years, that has degraded. We're still going to keep the awesome up, but we got to introduce this neutral to let you know how we feel about him in the year of 2021.
Fucking up.
He's fucking up, but you know what? Let's go ahead and start off with the good. Start off with the good, JC.
Start off with the good. All right. So the first neutral reason we got for Vince McMahon, well, one of the good ones, is he built the biggest wrestling company in the world ever.
Can't deny that.
Can't deny that.
He is the reason why wrestling exists and is on TV.
True. Because he killed WCW, killed all of them. Yeah, so, I mean, he built the biggest wrestling company in the history of wrestling.
Bought out all the territories.
Yeah. He beat them. Yeah, he was victorious. Reason number two why Vince McMahon is good in our neutral list is he's always entertaining.
Never fails.
Even at the age of 75, he can go out there with his cholo eyebrows, his fucking clown makeup on.
His wax face.
His wax clown face.
His turkey neck.
And with his turkey neck, and he could still entertain you.
Yes. Charisma.
Welcome to WrestleMania, pal. Yeah. All right. Reason number three why Vince McMahon is good in our neutral list on him. He had one of the best feuds in the history of wrestling.
Yes, he did. You can't deny that. It still sticks to me as the best feud in wrestling history, and that is Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
now, while both men, quote unquote, well, one's a bald-headed woman now, while one woman and one man once had the best feud in all of wrestling history, they both now have degraded to the point of being embarrassments.
Yeah.
Hate to say it.
It's true.
I still love Vince, but holy shit, man, he's done some embarrassing stuff, but we'll get to that. Keep it good.
We will get to that.
Keep it good.
All right, so the number four good reason why Vince McMahon is good, and our neutral list on him is he finds new ways to make money.
Always does.
Like, always does. Okay, the ratings are down. They're at historically low levels. Stock prices going down. How is Vince McMahon going to make this quarter more profitable than ever? Boom! Found a new way to fucking do it.
And I love it how all the smarks online are always like, Vince is senile! Yeah, well, would a senile man make $1 billion off a dying product? I don't fucking think so.
Take it on and put it on a bigger platform. Get more eyes on it than what we're watching it on the network.
He still got it.
Yeah.
Can't be denied.
Fucking brilliant. All right. And reason number five why Vince McMahon is good on our neutral list on him, he is still the best wrestling promoter of all time.
I can't deny that.
By far. He is still the best of all time.
Like, even amongst the shit we got nowadays, you look across the landscape of shitty promoters, and you got names like Tony Khan, Don Callis, Guido, Court Bauer, Delirious. Even amongst all those jokers, he reigns supreme.
Yeah.
As the best promoter in pro wrestling.
I mean, now it's easier than ever to be number one, but...
Right. But just the fact that pro wrestling has drastically changed so much in the last 20 years, and he's still doing something right.
Yeah.
It shows you that he's still got a brain.
He's still got a brain. True. Absolutely true.
Now, unfortunately, though, we got to go ahead and talk about the negative about Vince McMahon and why he earned this neutral in the first place.
Yeah, he did.
Number 6, tanked WWE's popularity.
He did.
Destroyed it. WWE at one time was something that was seen in millions and millions of households on a weekly basis. I'm talking close to 10 million households on a weekly basis. It was averaging usually about 5 to 6 million. At one time, WWE was something that everybody knew about. It was once super popular, and nowadays it is one of the most niche things on TV.
Yep.
It's more niche than anime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's pathetic. And it continues in its nichdom with number 7. Really, really shitty. They got a Saudi deal.
Yeah.
That tells you how desperate they are.
Yeah, to make money.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's one of those things they tried to get out of the deal, and then they got locked right back in. Pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. Here they are in a 10-year deal now with Saudi.
Ooh.
Even after all the PR backlash, 10-year deal with Saudi.
Oh, fuck. They're fucking locked in.
Good luck on that, Vinny. Number 8. Made Becky Lynch the face of the company. JC Rant.
Okay, so this was built for me. The stars have aligned. All right, so let's fucking tear this apart. Now, Vince should have taken the fucking hint when he had her main event WrestleMania and the ratings dive bombed after.
Yeah.
Should have took the hint. I gotta listen to my daughter. She's telling me that Becky Lynch is this amazing star, pal.
If you put Becky Lynch as the top star in the company, she could be the female John Cena. She's gonna move so much merch.
So after the WrestleMania ratings dive bomb, what then happens after that, a few months later, is the stock price loses 2/3 of its value.
Love it.
And in the course of a week, goes from $100 down to like 30-something bucks.
The curse of WWE, folks.
No, it's the curse of Becky Lynch.
Well, she was such a curse that she appeared on the show Billions. It got canceled shortly after.
Yeah, and Vince, even after that, was like, oh, I don't see what the problem with that is there, pal. Then even after that, puts her on the cover of the video game. After all this negative shit, all these calamities have happened with Becky Lynch, you put her on the cover of the video game, front and center. Yeah, Roman Reigns is on the cover too, but she was like the front layer. She was like front and center on the cover of the video game. What happened to it?
Tanked.
But specifically, it was so dysfunctional that they had to discontinue the game.
They had discontinued the game, and meanwhile, halfway through production, they fired most of the people working on it.
Yeah, it was such a fucking clusterfuck. They had to fire them.
Yeah.
And
it was the most buggy game in WWE history. But it doesn't stop there.
No, because then you look at what they did for the following year. All of a sudden, when Becky Lynch is the face of the WWE, a pandemic breaks through the entire country and shuts everything down, so that when you had WrestleMania in a MetLife Stadium, now you have to have it in the Performance Center with Becky Lynch.
I think you're also forgetting about the Golden Crisp box at the
That's
Dollar
right.
Tree.
Yeah, okay, the Golden Crisp box. Yeah, let's put her on a box of cereal, pal. They literally sold so few of those. I found them in my dollar store, my local dollar store, and I put up a picture on it.
Big Show outsold her.
So she's not that popular. And even after all of that, Vince is like, I don't see anything, pal. I don't see the problem with this, pal.
We gotta hold the course. She's gonna be a big draw.
Well, and then even when she leaves to go give birth to whatever the fuck she gave birth to, then he hypes up the fact that, I'm going to be there on night 1, WrestleMania 37. And then a thunderstorm delays the show. It's like, you can't make this shit up. And then so they decide not to put her out there.
Oh, and Bad Bunny steals her entrance too.
But like, so for night 1, they decide not to send her out there. The weather clears up. Night 2, she hypes up, I'm going to be on there night 2. All of a sudden, thunderstorm comes right back in. They pull her. Thunderstorm clears up. Still hasn't fucking learned. It's like she is the curse of the WWE.
No, this is not a sucks on Becky Lynch.
No.
This is a neutral on Vince McMahon, but
it's like, how is Vince McMahon still wanting to go ahead with this, even after all the fucking calamity and chaos that this bitch causes?
Because Vince does not run the company.
No.
And we'll get to that, trust me.
No, he really doesn't.
Number 9 on Vince McMahon, and while we're neutral to him, he exposed the business.
Yeah, he did.
Now, this happened back during the steroid controversy, where he got under a lot of fire from the federal courts.
Yeah.
And he was forced to say that WWE is a form of entertainment and is rigged.
Yeah.
And after that, he destroyed kayfabe. I hate to say it. He was the reason why kayfabe officially got destroyed. They were able to hold on to a little bit of it through the 90s, but it was on a road to degradation after that.
Oh, yeah.
But the time the 2000s hit, it was on its way out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty sad to say. But the final reason is, without question, the worst of all. Number 10. He allows his daughter and son-in-law to run the company, and people won't believe us when we fucking say this shit, but look at all the signs that Stephanie McMahon especially, and Triple H run this company. All the fucking agendas, all the femcuck bullshit, all the long match mark crap. It all leads to those two running this fucking company, because Vince would not want to do all the shit. Vince is not a feminist.
He's not a match mark.
He never has been either of those two things.
No.
Why would Vince promote a woman as the face of his company? There's no fucking reason in hell for him to do that.
The only reason why would be because his little princess wanted it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. You know what? I will not get into an argument with anybody over this shit.
No.
My mind is already set.
Yeah.
That he does not even run WWE anymore. He's just there to pretty much make money off of it before it completely dies.
I agree, but I think he's just there to run the show.
He's the overseer.
Like the overseer at gorilla position, and then that's pretty much it. Because you still see somewhat of a structure on Raw. Like they'd say, well, Vince tears up the script last minute and this is what they have to put on. But you still see somewhat of a structure. If he's tearing it up last minute, it would look more chaotic.
Well, and what I'm trying to wonder about that too is, okay, if he's tearing it up last minute, why doesn't he have the authority to fire these incompetent writers who Stephanie McMahon is actively hiring and has been proven to be the head of hiring these writers? Okay, if that's the case, why is he not firing these incompetent employees?
But then the other thing too is we got to mention is that just because someone has a corporate title in WWE does not then mean that that is the only role that they have in WWE.
Exactly.
Like Triple H, his official role now is Senior President of Global Strategy or something like that, but yet he still runs NXT.
And still runs Raw and SmackDown from time to time.
Yeah. So it's like...
And same thing with Stephanie McMahon. People keep on getting caught up in this bullshit of her saying this rumor that she's not active and creative. Bull fucking shit. Well, this woman controls creative and marketing.
Well, specifically, she is on record saying that she helped create the women's writing team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The little circle that they have.
Mm-hmm. So they have segregated writing teams of male and female because of this woman.
Yeah. Like, how the fuck is that going to work?
Clash of ideas.
Well, clash of ideas, but like over compartmentalization. So you can have a situation where one side is not communicating effectively with another. So you're going to get a breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
And then what you're going to get is Vince McMahon getting the garbled fucking bullshit that he gets from these teams and saying, oh, this is a shit, pal, and throw it out. Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah. So the biggest point I'm trying to make out of all of this, if the rumor is true about Vince every single week tearing up scripts.
If it is true.
If this is true, why does he not have the power to fire these people who are being completely incompetent?
Yeah.
Please think about that. Think about the hypocrisy there. It all leads to the reality of it all, that Stephanie McMahon is hiring these incompetent individuals, and the reason they still have jobs is because she hired them.
Well, is there any evidence that Vince McMahon is hiring these people?
None.
Right.
Well, no, it has been shown before that Stephanie is in charge of hiring writers.
Yeah, no, they literally showed that on TV.
Well, ever since she actually joined as head of writing back in 2003. That's where she started.
Yeah.
And she's been promoted from there.
And who was the guy that worked there? Like, he was a part of WWE, and then he worked at, like, a video game company, and then started a YouTube channel to talk about the whole WWE 2K21 fiasco.
I know exactly who you're talking
Jason
about.
something.
Cannot think of his name, but the guy actually told a story about when he was trying to get a job with WWE. What they did for him is he had an interview with Stephanie McMahon, and Stephanie said, I want you to write up some scenarios for me, and I'll get back to you. I want to see what you got. So he wrote up 2 really good scenarios. I want to say Zack Ryder was really over at the time in WWE with his woo-woo-woo gimmick, and he wanted him to do something with John Cena that would have actually been really entertaining and would have worked out, and Stephanie shot it down right away. So he's like, okay, well, let me get you something else. So he writes her up something else. She shot it down right away. And she's just being a dick to him the whole time. This kind of shows me the direction that she's going in. And the fact that we saw all these ex-Hollywood actors / writers, producers getting hired on in writing roles.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr., one of them, yeah.
Perfect example. Shows me that that's what she was going for, is she was going for people that have Hollywood experience that don't give a fuck about pro wrestling. And such forth. They're putting forth these absolutely kiddie cartoon bullshit segments that Vince is tearing up right away because they're stupid.
Well, and I think the other thing too is that I think they're told, and then after interacting with Vince, they're kind of like, okay, well, they want kind of sillier, goofier stuff for the kid audience. Let's come up with some silly, stupid bullshit for this particular audience for Vince. And then Vince is like, this sucks, pal, throws it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and even then, with the long match mark bullshit, Vince has never been a match mark ever.
No.
You have to start thinking to yourself, why are there now 30-minute matches on SmackDown and Raw when back in the 90s, when we know for a fact Vince was running that, we had 3-minute squash matches?
Well, and not only that, but like, let's go back not even as far to like 2013, 12. Back then, we didn't have 20-minute matches filling out the entire show. We had a lot of squash matches.
Right. Because Vince has never been a match mark. He never will be a match mark. He loves the entertainment aspect of it, not the fake pro wrestling amateur bullshit.
Right. And unfortunately, Triple H is a big proponent of that, does talk about Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling, directly mentions those feds, does talk about liking these matches. I have seen Shawn Michaels in a video marking out over this Ivan Dragov guy in NXT UK where he's doing flips and kicks and rolling around in a ring. So it's like, I think what's happened is that they've convinced themselves that this is what's in with the wrestling crowd, that they themselves now like it too. They've convinced themselves to like it. So I think Triple H, Shawn, and everyone else is a mark. And now they're having more control than ever before in WWE as Vince gets older and as he reduces his role in the company.
It's one of those things where it's never really going to change. It's just going to get worse. It's never going to change for the better. So for all you people hoping that Vince McMahon is going to bring back the Attitude Era, think again. It's not going to happen. Stephanie has her way. She now runs WWE. Yeah. He has turned to the cuck side, pal. Hate to say it.
Yes.
So that has been our top 10 neutral on Vince McMahon. NC.
JC and.
Peace out.